Greetings viewers and welcome to another edition of Bigby Unpacks, a spot where I take on controversial subjects from an unpopular opinion. In this episode we are going to reveal the dangerous argument of the slippery slope with some specificity on how it relates to censorship. By the end of this short video I hope to show you how this flawed debate tactic has caused incredible harm to many by the hypocrites who knowingly use this logical fallacy. Drop some Visine, fellow seekers, because we are gonna need clear vision in order to see the big picture. Thank you for watching, and may God bless those who love Him. As I said before, the slippery slope is a logical fallacy which is defined as being a flaw in reasoning. In philosophical thought, in order to properly articulate an argument, your conclusions must be supported by empirical evidence. The juvenile-sounding slippery slope logical fallacy, also known as the domino or snowball effect, is the prohibitive idea that if we allow something that might seem mild or palatable at first, it could lead to a ridiculous and hyperbolic end. For example, we can't let little Billy out of his room. Eventually, he will want to leave the house, and he will end up on the street. Once he is out on the street, then he will be snatched up by a stranger and sold into slavery in Uzbekistan. The essence of the slippery slope argument stems from fear-mongering. It is a tool that is designed to end discussions, not encourage them. Celebrities and political figures alike have used this narrow-minded reasoning to justify everything from explaining away their lack of generosity, though they live an opulent lifestyle, or arguing for outright infanticide to save the planet from utter destruction, to issues such as whether or not we need more strict gun control legislation to stop innocent blood from flowing in the streets, and climate alarmism, that if we don't give more money to the government, the world will be destroyed by the most plentiful element on the entire planet. In this way, the slippery slope argument can be used to justify anything, no matter how oppressive or nonsensical. This flawed reasoning is an easy way for the weak-minded to criticize the imagined results of an action without criticizing the action taken, which is why this argument is one of the favorite tools of hypocrites. This allows them to play both sides to progress their agenda while halting another's. For example, I have nothing against the anti-choice lobby. Some of my friends are of that bent, and everyone is free to think and say whatever they want. But if we let these sexist bigots choose whether or not they want to allow a woman the right to choose what to do with her own body, then before you know it, they will be selling women as sex slaves in Yemen. You see, the real problem with using the slippery slope argument is that it avoids engaging with the issue at hand and instead shifts the attention to extreme hypotheticals. It doesn't force the need to prove that the imagined situation won't snowball into utter chaos, only that such outcomes are possible, no matter how unlikely. It is an ineffective argument, tainted by conjecture from an appeal to emotion. I have seen none use this false reasoning more recently than those who rail against any kind of censorship. For more info about my views on regulations, check out my video on censorship and how it is not only a good thing, but it is as natural as breathing. Some will decry that any kind of censorship will lead to another until the thought police come crashing through your door in the middle of the night to rip you away to the re-education camps. Some will use this slippery slope logical fallacy as a cudgel against anyone who would advocate for a space free of gore, violence, sexuality, and vulgarity, literally having no other argument to support their tyrannical ideology of free speech absolutism. These people are either naively letting someone else do their thinking for them, or are willingly trying to tear down the culture that gave them the freedom in the first place. I hope this short video has helped you see why the slippery slope logical fallacy is not only faulty reasoning making it a poor argument, but it is also a weapon used by disingenuous people trying to shut down conversation. Perhaps the most dangerous aspect of the slippery slope argument is that it could possibly happen, but just because something could happen doesn't mean it will. We call that an appeal to probability, which is a logical fallacy for another time. Thanks for watching, siblings, and may you always stay in the way.